What's up, guys? This is Stealth Stacker. Just want to give you an update on my stack. It is currently February of 2021. Crazy times we live in. If you guys are watching this in real time, then you know how crazy 2020 was. And for some it's getting a little better, and for others it's not. But anyways, I wanted to show you my stack. I got some more stuff. This is pretty much most of my stack right here. I have a little bit more that's not shown right here that I'll show you in a little while as well. But if you include the other silver that I have, this is around $35,000 is what I paid for everything here. Spot price is currently at 1,800 or so, fluctuating. And yeah, so depending on when you're watching the video will depend on what the value of this stack is. But yeah, let's get right into it. So if you don't already know, I like to stack the Royal Mint from the UK. So I've been stacking the silver 10-ounce Britannia bars. I have 10 of those. And I have 4 of the gold 1-ounce Britannia bars. And I have 10 of the 1-ounce Britannia coins, the 2020 ones. And I have 100 ounces of the 1-ounce silver Britannia coins. I'm only showing 50 ounces here, but I have another 50 I'll show you. I wanted to have all 4 of the capsules, or the tubes, but for some reason they only gave me 3 in the 4th one. They gave me in a funky bag, and every ounce was individually wrapped, so it just wasn't gonna look right for the video and for the photos, so I decided to not include it right here. But I'll show it to you in a second. So, yeah, so I've been stacking since late 2018 is when I discovered gold and silver. It was around November of 2018, started stacking, got my first gold and silver, and then just been kind of accumulating ever since. So, yeah, let's see. Let me grab some of these and give you a close-up. Let's start off by showing you a silver 10-ounce Britannia bar from the Royal Mint. The Royal Mint 10-ounce 999 fine silver. So when I bought these, I got them from APMEX. I accumulated them over the course of about a year. They're really nice quality. I really like the design. And it has a nice weight to it. Not too light, not too heavy. When I bought them, they came in these clear, kind of like plastic wrapped to keep them protected. And so I cut those off and I bought these capsules. I got them from, where did I get these from? Shoot, I can't remember where I got them. But I got them online. Okay, now let's take a look at these here. I told you I had more, so let me grab those. Here's another 25 right here. And also, here's that bag I was telling you about, full of another 25. And instead of the tube, they gave them to me in here. I'll show you what they look like. So, these are also all 2020s. Beautiful coins. Sorry, kind of blurry. One ounce, Britannia 2020, 999 fine silver. Can't really see the back, but I'll show you on the gold coins. Really nice. Now here's what they look like in the gold coin. Britannia 2020, 1 ounce, 999 fine gold. I like these capsules. I like how you can see the side of them too. £100. Elizabeth II, DG REG FD. The nicest looking gold coins I've ever seen. I don't know if you'd call this proof, but they seem like a reverse proof. Great detail for bullion. Let me show you one of these bars. Really nice bars. A lot of detail. They're kind of thin, but they are large bars overall. The Royal Mint, 1 ounce, 99.9 fine gold. I really like the Royal Mint. I live in the U.S., the United States of America, but I do prefer to stack the Britannias, even though it's a little inconvenient because I have to go online to buy it. I can't just go to my local coin shop because they don't sell these. I buy all my gold and silver from APMEX. It's a very reliable source and very high quality. The only thing I didn't get from APMEX was this right here. This is from goldsilver.com. The 10-ounce Pegasus round. It represents freedom, financial freedom. And was one of the first, well, actually was the first precious metal that I ever purchased. Free markets and free people. 10 troy ounces, 999 AG, goldsilver.com. If you haven't checked it out, Mike Maloney has a YouTube channel. He's got the goldsilver.com website and channel. So he's got some great videos. If you're new to stacking, I would definitely recommend you check out his video series that explains how like the money system works, the Fed, the how it all works with money printing and all that stuff, the central banks. It's all on his YouTube channel. All that information left an impression on me, and it inspired me to want to stack. It's never too late to get started. So I'd like to take a few minutes to talk to you guys about what's going on in the current market environment. And I might as well show you this as well before we get started. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I've decided to create an emergency fund. This is the third cash reserve I have. I have cash reserve number 1, number 2, and this is number 3. This is my emergency fund. In here, I plan to fill it with enough cash to cover 12 months of living expenses. I'll show you what I got in there. I don't quite have all the funds yet, but I have about $6,000 in here right now. Just in case. Just in case something were to happen and I needed some cash. to pay for food, you know, clothing, transportation, shelter, whatever. So yeah, I got about 6,000 in here, so I'm gonna keep saving some cash. So if we look at everything in my stack and this cash, we have around $40,000 right here. So let's talk about what's going on in the markets. If you're watching this video in real time, you'll know that Bitcoin has been the most excitement going on right now. Some people call it digital gold. About a year ago, Bitcoin was trading at around, I think 6,500, but then it dipped down to 3,500 for a short period of time. And ideally, that would have been the best opportunity to buy in the last year. Now Bitcoin is around $48,000 right now. People are getting rich off Bitcoin, and it's happening really fast. I know there's a lot of gold and silver folks out there that only believe in having the real money, the physical, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there are people out there that are open to the idea of having the digital cryptocurrency along with the real physical, and even open-minded to other things such as stocks and real estate. I happen to fall into that category. I'm a believer that you want to have the physical, obviously, because it's tangible, and you know it's something that you can hold. And but I'm also open to the benefits of all the others. So real estate is nice because it appreciates over time, and it cash flows if it's rental. And if you don't have the funds to purchase physical real estate, like myself, I don't own physical real estate yet, you can invest in what's called a real estate investment trust. And I actually invest in two different ones. One is called Fundrise, Fundrise, and it's basically an app. It's like $500 you deposit in there to get started, and then it invests your $500 throughout. It basically scatters it throughout the portfolio. Well, I should say, it scatters it into many different little real estate investments, and it allows you to collect dividends and growth, and you get to compound your interest if you reinvest your dividends, which I'm actually doing. So I put in like $500 about a year ago, and it's grown into $529. So it's, you know, it's not much, but you know, just like anything, things take time. And obviously, you know, if you put more money in, you get more money, you know, you can make off of it. I only did 500, so I don't know how much I'll do in there, but one thing I like about it is the compound interest, and my 500 is just kind of sitting there and it's growing, and I don't have to do anything for that. So over time, it's just going to keep compounding, growing. The only downside is you have to keep your money locked up for 5 years. That's the part I don't really like. I'd be okay with 1 year and maybe 3 years tops, but 5 years, I understand this is investing in real physical real estate, but 5 years is a long time for most people. And even if you were gonna hold it in there for 5 years, it'd still be nice to know that you could take it out if you wanted to. That leads me to my next real estate investment that I like, is called Realty Income, and it's publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and I buy it on the Robinhood app. Shares are going for around $60 a share, and when you purchase a share, right now the dividend is around a quarter, so you get a quarter, like 25 cents basically, and 23 to be exact. I'll just round it up to a quarter to make it easy for math. But you get about a quarter for every share you have. So, and that they pay you monthly. The nice thing about Robinhood is that dividend that you get from, let's say, Realty Income, it goes right into your account. And then if you get the Robinhood debit card, then you not only collect interest on your funds in your account, but if you wanted to build up a portfolio of passive income, let's say with Realty Income, you could, you can grow that up, and it could be a supplemental income for you, and you could use your debit card to make purchases just off your monthly income. It's really easy and it's passive. For every 22 shares you buy of Realty Income, you get a $5 a month dividend. So right now it's around $1,300 worth of shares. So if you had 13,000 invested, you would get a $50 a month dividend. If you had 26,000 invested, you would get a $100 dividend. So every $26,000 you invest, you get around $100 a month. So that's not too bad. It's like a 4.5% annual interest on the dividend. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and aside from that, I like to invest in other stocks. So in my portfolio, I have my stocks are divided into 3 categories. So I have growth stocks. Those are my growth stocks are stocks that I feel are going to grow over time. They don't pay dividends, but it's a way to turn small money into big money over a length of time. It can happen pretty quickly. I've seen. I'll give you an example. One of my growth stocks is doing well is Beyond Meat. Some of you might already know if you've followed my last videos, but I did go vegan back in August of 2020, and so I've been vegan for like almost a half a year now, I think. And so when I saw that I could invest in Beyond Meat, I jumped on that. I was picking up shares for as low as $116 a share, and then shares skyrocketed to $200 a share. So I currently have 19 shares. So I'm actually looking to get a 20th share sometime this month. But I did make $1,100 in profits in a short, like a three or 4 months span of time. I did, however, buy back my shares, so I actually have 19 shares right now, and I don't know, I might build that up to 25 shares because I want to invest heavily into Impossible Foods once they go public. You can invest in Impossible Foods on the private markets, but you have to be an accredited investor, and I'm not an accredited investor yet. So I'll have to wait till it goes public. But I'll probably want to get at least 100 shares of Impossible, and I could probably see myself getting 100 shares total of Beyond. But I think Beyond could end up being a $1,000 stock one day. When I started investing, it was around the time when Tesla was around $184 a share. And I was so new to the stocks, I didn't really understand or trust them. And so I totally missed out on the Tesla boom. Tesla went from $184 a share up to all the way up to, I believe, $3,000 a share. And then I did a stock split, and then it started all over again, and now it's trading at around $800, which I think would be equivalent to around $5,000 or $6,000 a share. So Tesla really was an excellent investment. I actually really love Tesla. I love the business. I love the cars. I everything about it, I admire Elon Musk. I think he's an amazing leader. I do not own any shares of Tesla at the moment. I highly regret that. They're $800 a share, a little unaffordable. However, I am planning on getting a share. I'd like to have 10 shares. I've been waiting for pullbacks when I saw them at $400, and those pullbacks never came, and they just kept going up and up. So who knows if we'll ever see a pullback like that to 400 again. If so, I would buy heavy. I'd buy several shares all at once, but I plan on buying a share of Tesla soon, just so I can have it in my portfolio. I know it's a great company. They're the largest automaker of vehicles, the largest electric vehicle maker as well, and they are heavily into solar electricity, so for your homes, and they have the Tesla battery packs. So they make solar roof panels and battery packs. So it's really an electric sustainable world for the future, which I'm all excited about. I'm all about, a world where, less pollution, less waste, more of what matters, more quality, gold, silver, vegan food, so then we don't destroy our environment and the individuals that live in it, like all the animals. As kids, we all loved animals, and somehow we got so used to the idea that it's okay to just eat some animals and be friends with other animals, and we kind of just, well, at least I can speak for myself, I kind of just, with society always pushing it in your face like it's just okay to just eat a burger made of animal meat, it just seems like it's normal. But I think in the future we're going to live in a world where that's going to change. I know some of you aren't liking this idea, but it might be because you haven't really explored the vegan world. I will say it's a whole nother world. It's not what you think. I know when I first thought of vegan, I always thought of tree huggers, salads, fruits and vegetables. And I'm not really a healthy eater, let's just put it that way. I eat burgers, pizza, burritos, fries. I don't eat salads. I don't mind, I like fruit. I don't eat a lot of fruit right now, but I like it, So I eat, like this morning for breakfast, I had a chocolate chip cookie that was around that big. So just because you go vegan doesn't mean that you're some healthy salad tree-hugging person. I eat the same stuff I would eat when I wasn't vegan. I just eat the vegan alternative, which is better for you. And most importantly, I do it because then I don't have to have it on my conscience that I'm, consuming an innocent animal, that had to be slaughtered for me to eat it. So that's kind of my short and sweet take on that. Let's see what's next. Okay, so we were talking about my investment. So that I gave you an example of a growth stock like Beyond Meat or Tesla's in there. There's also another stock I just invested in. It's Volta, I believe is what it's called. It's charging stations that they're putting in shopping centers, and they're pretty cool. You should check them out. Right now I just picked up shares for $15 a share, and I'm looking at other companies that are similar to it, and they're trading for around $60 a share. So that could be an opportunity. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Just bought actually one share, so just to see what happens. I might buy more, but we'll see. I really want to get the Tesla. Tesla's number one when it comes to electric, but they seem like a great idea. And there's another one that I liked because their charging stations are solar powered, so you actually don't need to plug into the grid. They're completely off grid. They have solar panels above the charging stations that supply all the electrical to charge. I think the ticker symbol on that one is called Beam. So you might want to check that one out too. I'm looking at that. I don't actually own that one. Let's see what's next. Okay, so then after growth stocks, my next category goes into growth. It's like a hybrid. I call them growth dividend stocks. So it's like they're part growth, part dividend. And stocks that are in there are going to be like JP Morgan Chase, Apple. Those stocks I would consider growth / dividend. They pay a small dividend, but they do grow. Those are performing very well. Then my next category is dividend stocks, and these are just strictly dividend payers. This is going to be my passive income streams. So we're talking companies like Energizer, Realty Income. Let's see, we got UPS, Waste Management, Edison. What else do I have in there? I think that's all for now. So those are my dividend payers. Some of them pay quarterly dividends, which is every 3 months. Some of them pay, well, just one of them pays monthly. Now let's get out of stocks and let's talk cryptocurrency, because I know that is the topic of the hour. As you know, a few days ago, Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, obviously you would know that, just invested $1.5 billion into cryptocurrency, into Bitcoin actually, Bitcoin specifically. He bought 1.5 billion in Bitcoin of his of his treasury funds that are in the treasury of Tesla. So on their balance sheet, Tesla has cash on the sidelines, you know, and I think they had 7 billion in cash, and they put 1.5 billion into Bitcoin, and they're even going to start accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment when you buy a Tesla. So that, if that isn't a stamp of approval to go ahead and buy Bitcoin, I don't know what is, because you have one of the richest, most famous persons in the world, with the most famous company in the world, you know, one of the most famous companies of the world, at least of now, Tesla, going, I mean, that's a bold move, $1.5 billion. I mean, that's a lot of money. It's a big chunk. And when that happened, the price shot up like $8,000. I think it was at 40,000 on the low, and then it shot up to 48, just like in a matter of a day or two. And right now it's still hovering at that 48. So some people say Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000. Some people say 300,000. Some people think it's going to zero. We all know who that would be. Peter Schiff believes it's going to zero. And I did buy Bitcoin on 2 occasions, but they were very, very minimal amounts. I mean, I was just dabbling, and I did make a profit on both the trades, but I'm done trading Bitcoin. What I'm doing now is I am buying it to hold for the long term. I may be buying it high. I may be buying it low. I don't really know. I don't think anyone really knows for sure. But what's happening with it is definitely extraordinary, and I think it is changing the world. And it is decentralized, which means the Fed and the central governments around the world, as of right this moment, aren't controlling it. That can all change. As we know, they did just shut down another cryptocurrency. I don't know if Bitcoin can be stopped, but they'll definitely be able to track it. If they really want to crack down, they'll crack down on it. But I mean, Elon put 1.5, so he's obviously not too concerned about it. So I'm going to put a small percentage of my portfolio into Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm going to do 1%, so it's not very much. And what I'm planning on doing, I already started the process, but I'm going to try these 2 apps. One is called Blockfi. It's $200 to get started. You deposit $200 into your Blockfi account from your bank account, and that allows you to get started with collecting interest. So you know when you go to the bank and let's say you want to deposit $200 into a savings account, and then you collect interest, like back in the day you used to collect a lot of interest on that, and the money would go in and it was all passive and it was nice and your money would grow. Well, since that's not really the case anymore, because interest rates on the legacy banks are so low now, you can get a yield on the crypto banks. So there's 2 of them I'm going to be using. One I already started using is like I told you, it's BlockFi. So I deposited $200. I'm just waiting for the funds to clear. It takes 3 to 5 business days, so I'm hoping in a couple of days it'll be ready. Then I'm going to use that $200 to buy the Bitcoin. When I hold my Bitcoin in my account, it collects interest. I think it's 6% right now as of the time of recording. 6% interest on my Bitcoin, and it pays monthly. That's the annual interest. And then on top of that, it compounds it. So then I'll collect interest on my compound. I'll collect interest on my interest as well. So that'll compound. And eventually they're coming out with this debit card similar to what I was telling you about with Robinhood. So if I wanted to like live off my interest, I could use my Blockfi debit or credit card. I'm not sure what they're calling it. And I could use that to make purchases and pay for expenses and stuff. So I'm going to start with 1% for now and just see how it goes. I'm also going to, next week I'm going to deposit I'm going to do 200 also into another similar app. It's called Celsius. And Celsius, you collect around the same amount of interest but on your Bitcoin, but they pay you weekly dividends. So that's kind of cool. Weekly investment. And it compounds. So weekly interest, I'm sorry. So between Blockfi and Celsius, I'll be collecting compounding interest on my cryptocurrency. So those are words I never thought would come out of my mouth, but here I am and it's happening. So I'm curious your thoughts on all the stuff we've talked about today. If you're still here this far in the video, you are a champion. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad that, maybe you found something that I said useful. And yeah, look forward to hearing your thoughts, opinions, questions in the comment section. I reply to all comments, good or bad. If you have any opinions on anything I've said in regards to gold and silver, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, stocks, real estate investment trusts, physical real estate, vegan. If you have any input, thoughts, any type of information, I'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and drop me a comment and we can get a thread going. And I think that's all I want to talk about for today. So we will just, we'll see what happens in the future. And I have my stack pretty much where I want it with all my goals, 100 ounces of these, 10 ounces of these, 4 of these is nice, 10 of those. I'm pretty happy with my stack at the moment, so I'm definitely going to keep accumulating over my lifetime, and keeping you guys updated on the channel, but I'm probably not going to be posting so frequently because, when I make a video, I want to get into depth and talk about everything that's going on, and if I do that every single day or every week, it's going to be repetitive, and nobody comes here for that. So anyhow, thanks for tuning in. Talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.